I see Remdog Cap is here. All right, so we have a board repair to do today. We're going to get started on a MacBook. It has liquid damage. First thing we're going to do on this MacBook, same as we do with every MacBook, kill its coronavirus. By the way, people, we I have to make a new email address, actually. Don't delay. We are hiring a shipping person. So this is an entry-level job. This, and I'll be honest with you, this job does suck. I was the shipping person for about a month and a half while the shipping person was off, just because of corona-related stuff. He wanted to stay home for a while, but he's back, and he's actually moving on to doing board repair here at the business. But he can't start doing board repair until I hire a replacement. So this job, the shipping job sucks. I did the shipping job for a while. I'm fully aware of how much it sucks. He knows it sucks. Now you know it sucks. So it's really repetitive shit. You're doing the same thing over and over again. I can't promise it's going to be fun, but it is, like the guy here that did all of that did basic customer service for like $12 an hour 7 years ago is now making many multiples of that to do data recovery. The guy that started here just a year ago doing shipping is now doing board repair. So when the growth does occur, if it does occur, and this economy, who the fuck knows, I'm always open to giving people the chance to move up from within if you're willing to put in the work and the effort. But yeah, it's a basic entry-level shit job. It's like $18 an hour. You pack boxes, you ship boxes. It's pretty brain dead. You can listen to music or a podcast as you work to make it suck less. But yeah, it's a pretty brain dead job. It's and very repetitive and aggravating. But if you're interested in applying for this, don't delay, work here today at rossmangroup.com. That's don't delay, work here today at rossmangroup.com. If you don't suck and the economy doesn't implode entirely, we offer raises commensurate with you proving that you don't suck and that you care about your job. And if you want opportunity to move up and you put in the work and the effort, or you want to put in the work and the effort, then we're open to you being something other than a shipping person as time continues. But no promises. But yeah. So I just figured I would get that out of the way in the beginning. Let's get started on this BookMac. I host my emails on Apple email servers, MB is Frenchy. Same place that I hold my Apple stock and my MacBook. Apple. I have an A1534 with no charging. Voltage is 14.7. Around 3.2 to 0.6 amps. You're fucked. Yeah. But firstly, you're not getting 14 volts. You're getting 5 or 20. You're not getting 14. So you're right there, something's fucked up. You're not reading something right. Or your tools are broken, or you're reading them wrong. It's 5 volts or 20. You're not getting 14. We have an Apple fangirl in the chat. Are you on form today? I haven't filled out any forms today. Did have to deposit some money orders and checks, though. I can't believe people try to pay with their repairs with a money order. I get people that will send them and go, why is it taking so long to process it? Because you get to wait until I go to the bank. That deposit shit on the phone only works with checks. It doesn't work with money orders that are not the proper aspect ratio. It kind of confuses the shit out of the phone app. So you get to wait until I feel like going to the bank. I don't feel like going to the bank just for one fucking customer. So, you know, anytime now when you plan on re-entering the 20th century like the rest of us and using the good old-fashioned internet to pay stuff, using your credit card, you can get a faster turnaround. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, but no atmosphere. You people are fucking ridiculous. That's what you are. That's what you fucks all are. What's wrong with this MacBook? What's wrong with the MacBook? Oh shit. That email address doesn't actually work. Fuck. I turned it off. Oh, that's hysterical. People are probably sending their resume to that shit and it doesn't even work. Oh, that's fucking funny. Oh, what a company. What a fucking business I got going on here, don't I? Isn't it fucking impressive? Isn't that fucking impressive? Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Okay, now it should work. Now it works. All right, so let's take a look at this motherboard. 5 volts, we're stuck at 200 milliamps. Now, what does that usually mean? Well, 200 milliamps at 5 volts means that one of these CD3215s is not working. So, remember, this here is a MacBook. It's not an iPhone. It's not a GoPro. 5 volts is not enough. It needs to charge with 20. This is a USB-C charger. It's multi-purpose. You can use it with a lot of different devices. And the CD3215, this chip, or this chip, is going to speak to the charger and tell the charger, I want 20 volts. I don't want 5 volts. 5 volts isn't enough for me. So we're going to take the board out of the case and try to see what's going on with it. See if we can figure it out and fix this BookMac. It's a Macbook Mac. It's a MacBook. I wish for you to find a burrito place where you enjoy the burritos they make. That and $1 million a year. Ha. I wish. I get what I earn and not a penny more. I mean, ISPs have always sucked MB as Frenchie. I wouldn't expect anything else. Optimum sucks. I don't know what the video would be on other than just announcing that they raised the prices. They don't have any buy-in. Remember, folks, if you want a shipping job, email don't delay, work here today at rossmangroup.com. The sooner you email, the sooner Dan can start fixing motherboards. Buy yourself something nice, also a camera monitoring software. Do you use or recommend or curse? I use GeoVision because it's easy for me to browse around. I like GeoVision for that purpose. If you're talking about security cameras, there's a lot of security camera software. I remember using Hikvision's NVR system a long time ago. And it was so bad that when something would get stolen, I'd actually stop looking through the cameras because it was so laggy and so annoying. Or let's say you wanted to go from one camera to the other, it would lose your position. That's so annoying. So I want to look at 3:58 p.m. on April 2nd. But if I want to change from camera 1 to camera 2, I now lose the time. There's so many things that make a lot of the camera software out there so bad, you'd rather just get robbed and deal with it than fucking find out who did it. Don't call it shipping job. It's vice president of logistics. I can't do that. It's a shitty bullshit job. And I mean, granted, it's important that you do the job properly. Don't get it twisted. You know, you got to do that job properly, or else there's no, like any job, or else there's no company. But it's not like you got to be a genius to do it. It's kind of freaking brain dead. I've done it before. I know how brain dead it is because I think at any business you should spend some time doing the jobs of the other people there. If not just for a short period of time, because you kind of learn what could be better when you have to go through the plight of your own worker. So I just had Troy at Repair Shopper entirely redo their shipping system because I don't think they had a shipping system. Because the entire way their software works made it difficult, if not impossible, to properly run a mail-in repair business. Because like integrating it with any sort of shipping software, it was just you were on your own. And we did put together something on our own, but there were certain things it didn't do, like automatically resolve the ticket when you're done, automatically copy the customer's preferred shipping method over, automatically copy over, automatically choose their shipping method, copy their method over, close the ticket, copy the weight of the device over, all that stuff. Because when I ship, I don't want to have to click one by one. I want to be able to click a checkbox, and then it prints out 30 labels, because the shipping method and the weight should all be chosen by the shopping cart, or in this case, the Repair Shop CRM. And I did what I usually do with Troy at Repair Shopper, which is I complained to him, and he fucking added it. He seriously added the entire fucking thing, soup to nuts. I'm such a fucking prick. I told him I'd do a video on it a few weeks ago, and I got... there were some kinks to work out, but I got busy with some other stuff, and I didn't do it because I suck. But he actually added all this shit, and it's really nice. And it's going to make it... Because I figured if I'm going to hire someone else to do this job at this point, and yeah, I don't want to rely on the fact that they're as smart as Dan is. So all this stuff really does have to be as automated as possible to make it as easy as possible. But yeah, if you do the jobs of your employees, you'll figure out, this thing sucks. And it shouldn't suck that bad. And then you can figure out how to fix it. And I wouldn't have figured out this stuff if I hadn't done it. But now I did it, and it should be all done, and I'm actually quite excited to do a video showing this. I did a video a few years ago showing Repair Shopper dealing with how to set up Repair Shopper to work with a PBX phone system. You have no idea how much of a luxury it is when a phone call comes in to be able to see, this is a happy customer, this is a mad customer, this is new business, this is someone who owes us money, this is someone who likes to call to annoy me. So if it's something where it's like what I'll do, like if it's an annoying customer, it's like, okay, hey, Kevin, you can pick up this one. And if it's a new customer, a new business, I'll say, ka-ching, I'll take this. Oh, this is someone that can't figure out how to pay the invoice because they can't figure out how to open their email. And yeah, Kevin. Or let's say it's someone that's calling back for Steve or Orhan. If they're looking at the phone, they can actually see that and quickly bypass the receptionist by beating Kevin at picking up the phone because they see this call is for me. Rather than wait for this call to be transferred to me, I might as well just pick up right now because it says that on the caller ID. Yeah, Troy added all that shit in like 6 or 7 years ago. Any rational programmer would have told me to go fuck myself. My software is good enough. People are already paying for it. Fuck you and your stupid list of demands. I remember making all these demands of him back when I had, like 20 or 30 subscribers on YouTube. So it's not one of those things where the demands that I made of Troy was like, I'm an influencer. I will promote your software if you pay. No, in 2013, I had like fucking 50 subscribers and three or five views a video. No one gave a shit about me. And he still added everything. And I remember that. I'll always remember that. You got to remember the people that helped you out or, did that kind of stuff when they didn't have to. He is nice enough that he added features to his software that I've paid about $6,000 or $7,000, probably closer to $8,000 for over the past 7 years. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Okay. So the charge port here is obviously corroded and nasty looking. You guys can't see that. The charge port was corroded. The charge port being corroded is likely not the only damage. Sadly, our CD3215 looks like it has seen better days. Now, the way that this MacBook is designed, Erica, I'm streaming right now. I don't care. I do this later. It's fine. It's covering me just fine. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's a lovely mask. Okay. And I'm wearing a sock on my face. Whether I'm wearing it right side up or upside right, whatever, who cares? I'm busy, Erica. I'm streaming right now. I have a job. Anyway, so what do you think makes New York a cesspool? The price, the way people treat each other here, the price, the streets being disgusting, pollution everywhere, everything is done half-assed, whether it's people's jobs, construction. It's a dump. All right, so this is the chip that's going to speak to the charger. Now, the way a MacBook is designed, no interruptions anymore. The way a MacBook is designed, every one of these chips needs to work. So there's 4 ports on this computer. You have 1 port, 2 port, 3 port, 4 port. You have 1 chip, 2 chip, 3 chip, 4 chip. And here's the way this works. If 1 chip dies, all of your ports stop working. That's the beauty of a MacBook. So if we look on the ports, what do you see here? What do you guys see here? Ick. That resistor is barely there. I just scraped it right off the board. This is an SPI ROM chip for the CD3215. So sometimes both of your CD3215s are fine. Your ROM chip is bad, and that's why it's not working on one side. This side looks all right, even if that CD3215 looks like it's seen better days. These 2 caps look like they have certainly seen better days. This resistor looks like it's been seen a better day. However, the chance of corrosion under the CD3215 is slim to none, because this one is underfilled. As you can see, there's that underfilled material on it. And the other side looks totally fine. We don't even have to look at this one at all. See this? See? It's beautiful. So what we're going to do, let's look up the resistor that I just knocked off. What are you for? What do you do? That's a great question. Great question. And one way to find out. By the way, Erica said to put my mask on the other way because this is upside down. 1, 2, 3. See? Had it on right the first time. Erica! Damn it. One, 2, 3. All right, slightly less shitty. These things all suck. It is what it is. So we are going to go back to back to this. Because I work with people, Asterath. It sucks balls. Here's the way the thing works. And the moment one of those people sees me not wearing it, they're all going to say, I don't want to wear it. And then none of them wear it, and then one of them gets sick, and then they give it to everybody, and then Lewis starts paying $18,000 a week for everybody's fucking sick days. That's the way running a business works, pretty much. That's the exact... Welcome to the world of management. Welcome to the world of management. That's the way that works. Someone walks in the office, see me not wearing it. If he's not wearing it, why do I have to wear it? You'll figure it out when you... Okay. Kilgore, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm fixing a MacBook right now. So, here, what is this? USB XA-CC2. This resistor is involved with the transistor that is going to allow USB XA-CC2, which goes to the CD3215, to speak to the charger over here. So see this? This is the charger connector. This is the charger connector. And then over here, this is the CD3215. Now the charger is not going to be able to communicate with the CD3215 on this data line because this transistor is not opening, likely because this resistor that's going to the gate is not there. That is a 10K resistor. So let's see what happens if we bring back the 10K resistor. Remember the way a transistor works. Voltage on the gate is going to determine if power goes from the source to the drain. It's like a light switch, but it's like a light switch that you control by sending electricity to it rather than controlling it by flipping it. That pad is not coming back. Luckily, that's the PP Bus G3 hot pad. And we could just steal that from the resistor above. So I'm going to solder a 10K resistor there. Remember, that chip is underfilled under there. So you don't want to use more heat than what is necessary, because if that underfilled chip's balls melt, I'm screwed. A little bit of flux could be used here. This is an 820-00850. Someone says Twitch is social media, Facebook is propaganda bullshit. No, that's not what Facebook is. Facebook is the amalgamation if you got to know exactly what every single one of your neighbors, coworkers, family members, and friends were thinking all the time without a filter. So it's not propaganda, nor is it fake. It's actually the reality that you don't want to ever be faced with, which is, this is exactly what my family members, my friends, and my coworkers think if they are not filtered, and they believe that they are encouraged to say whatever they think and feel on any issue without really having a nuanced view or thinking before speaking. That is Facebook. So it's not that Facebook is fake. It's literally the problem with Facebook is not that it's fake. The problem with social media is that it's more real than we ever wanted reality to be. Which is one of the reasons that I got the fuck off of it. Jess is saying if I start the trade association, I should go back on Facebook. I have been going over the concept of having a repair industry trade association, and I used to be a member of a lot of the repair groups on Facebook. I think I got banned from like one or two of them. At least two of them I know I was banned from when I was on there. And I am confident that I would simply get banned from more if I were to rejoin. I don't play along well with others, and I really don't need to see what people think all the freaking time about every little. It seems like just a cooler where people are gonna. It's like, I don't know. It's a place for nonsensical drama to just sit and stir. And I don't think it brings out the best in human beings, and I'm happier when I'm not using it. But there are engagements that I am going to have to make with the community, and I believe that I have to accept that Facebook is one of the better ways for me to engage to the number of people that are already members of these groups, and I am going to need your help and your buy-in in order to make a real trade association actually work and accomplish what I wish to accomplish. So it then becomes a question of whether or not I wish to, what's more important, accomplishing my goal or sticking to a principle that I don't like Facebook. And that really sucks, because I kind of like the fact that I did not have a personal Facebook. I soldered the resistor perfectly, and then I got mad because it wasn't as perfect as I wanted it to be. And then it went from being like 90% good to not being soldered at all. See how that works? Perfectionism. I've enjoyed your Befang videos lately, making me want to upgrade mine quite a bit. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Yeah, I actually blew up 2 controllers recently, messing with the KP and the KI settings. It's interesting because KP, so proportional force of 1.6, integral force of 350 worked, even though it was ridiculously jerky, as you would expect. Proportional force, KP of 0.79, integral force of 5 worked. A little sluggish, but it worked. Integral force of 10, KP of 0.8, proportional force of I think 0.89, blew up the motor control. Like literally at such a low throttle that it was barely spun the wheel in the office. So I don't know what and like that's the thing, a lot of the stock programming that you get with these controllers, like the stock settings I've seen people recommend for the BBS HD, you guys are out of your effing mind. Like 0.7 something kp and 300 integral force. So what the hell? Have you ever been on the bike when you're using it with those settings? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. This shit tries to... It's like someone on cocaine is beating the living shit out of the chainring rather than just the motor spinning. Man, I got stuff. It is what it is. If you become a shipping person, part of your job here is going to be receiving and sending back all the crap that gets blown up. Why don't you have a company Twitter? Because I think that Twitter is cancer on society, and I don't want to have a company fucking Twitter. Why the fuck do I need a company Twitter? Like, what the fuck? What is Twitter for? Think about it. What the fuck is Twitter for if you're a company? Twitter is so that people, when they have the slightest issue with their experience whatsoever, can ping them and bitch about it, and then get the company to suck their dick because they don't want to go through normal customer service channels. Like, that's what Twitter is for now, if you're a company. Like, let's just be real with it. Like, how many company Twitters do you read where you think to yourself, wow, my day was made better by the fact that I read this. I learned something. I enjoy following this company's Twitter and hearing about all their advertising and promotional. Like, no, you don't want to hear all this shit. It's fucking, it's a fucking waste of time. Twitter is for you to suck the customer's dick if you screw something up and before they actually contact you. It's become a way for people to deal with the company, bypassing normal customer service, which I don't think we're a big enough company that that's necessary. We have a contact form and people actually respond to you. And it's for you to post stupid promotional shit. And I suck at posting stupid promotional shit. I'd rather just make my YouTube videos. You know, what you should do is you should find the social media medium that best suits your style of social media posting. I don't know. For me, apparently that's YouTube. I would have never thought it was YouTube, but it is. So I use this. But yeah, trying to express nuanced, complex views on subjects in a nuanced manner in 200-something characters, it just leads people to be pieces of shit to each other. Twitter is a dumpster fire. All right, we're stuck at 5 volts, 258 milliamps. No change. No change. Son of a bitch. All right, time to make some basic measurements now. I'm using none, Derek. I'm using my old Saboton 72150. That's consistently been the hardest thing to kill. Okay, we got 2 nasty caps up there, 1 nasty resistor down there. So let's see what they're for. So when I'm pointing to the nasty caps, 1 and 2, and the nasty resistor, 1. And you can see where a little bit of green formed down here. However, the green is not really that bad because of underfill. So if we take a look at the schematic in the board view, USB CC1, USB CC2 to ground, so those are caps on data lines, I believe. And this corroded resistor is Thunderbolt. Oh, that's a SM bus line to the Thunderbolt chip itself. Yeah. Hiss. Corona-free hiss. I want you to dumb about right with a repair. Thank you, bro. Were you dumb or did you just disagree? Because you're always welcome to disagree. This side has its corroded resistor as well. I missed you. I missed this. It's another one. It's another one. Yep, another 10K. Someone said New York City is Twitter, and someone else's Twitter is a toilet bowl. It's funny you mention that. Because by that logic, then New York City is a toilet bowl, which I actually agree with. Depending on what area of the city you're in, that is factually correct. How do I know the value for the resistors? Excellent question. So when I'm looking at it on the board, this is the board view on the left. When I click it, it tells me that's R3451. And in the schematic, it says R3451 10K. So that means 10 kiloohms. So then I match it in my little book to the one that says 10 kiloohms, and then I put it on the board. Excellent question. I think I just made the resistor disappear. That was a nice magic trick, wasn't it? I made the resistor go away. Who likes my magic trick? Try a phase runner, Derek F. The problem is they're made by ASI, and ASI controllers are very much so, they're like the Apple of controllers. They're sexy, they have some interesting features, but they break easy, and the support you get is kind of shit. Okay. We'd love to see the trick. Oh, fuck, son of a bitch. Whoops. Yeah, I suck. I forgot to change it. Anyway, I changed the resistor. Sorry about that. I know, I suck. I know, I suck. I know. I fucked up. Does Lewis know how to do mathematical circuit analysis? Not really. I don't know how to do math. Mathematical analysis requires math. Best of luck, Ultra Noob. Five volts, 265 milliamps. You piece of... Yeah, no progress. Still 268 milliamps. I'm mean. What's really interesting is neither of them are boot looping on the other side. Usually the one that does not boot loop is the one that is bad. Yes, Rico. Come on, Paul Daniels, multimeter software. You can do it. They're fine, Clinton. Alright. Chip's LDO is doing its job on that side. Where it's going to get 3.3 volts from VB3B3. And it's also going to create it on its own LDO. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be on once the computer's closer to on. PP bus. Bus there. No, Xena. Most likely no. Shouldn't say never, but most likely no. Oh, son of a bitch. There's more. Someone tried to clean this and hid it from me. That's lame. There's shit hiding everywhere. What the hell is that? Alright, I originally thought that there was nothing on this side of the board. The corrosion has already been cleaned, which means fixing this is going to be harder because all of the hints have been hidden. That's kind of lame. Guess, Lee Cap. I'll give you a guess. You get 3 guesses. That looks like it's also a 10K resistor according to the Paul Daniels software. You can always trust the Paul Daniels software. Why do you hate the cycle analyst? so much deck. It's not that terrible. It's no big deal. Psychoanalyst didn't do anything to anybody. My watch isn't broken, the adhesive for the screen dissolved. I mean, that's kind of like saying, like, I'm not sick, I just have a cough and a fever. Alright, so now I know that liquid hit this side as well, which means that my original theory that I don't have to look at this side is off. I actually do have to look at this side, and very closely and intently. This also means, since there was corrosion on 3 out of 4 sides of the board, that this could be 3 CD3215s that I gotta replace with underfill. Which honestly sounds a bit like a job for Mr. Paul S. No change whatsoever, exact same issue. And here's the part that sucks. Usually it stays on and then turns off 3 seconds later. But it's supposed to stay on, then turn off, and stay on, then go off. And turn, well, when it's not supposed to do this. When it does this, when it stays on, and then just stays on forever, that usually means that's the CD3215 that's bad. But both CD3215s are exhibiting that exact same behavior. So on the other side of the board, just for my own curiosity's sake, what I'd like to do is try out the port that wasn't totally liquid damaged and see what it does. Does it boot loop or not boot loop? I'm actually hoping it does boot loop. Because if all the boards are doing the same thing, I can't really narrow it down on which circuit I should look at or which CD3215 chip, on what port I should replace first. But if one is a different behavior than the rest, then at least I got some idea. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening here. 260 milliamps, no boot looping on every CD3215, every single port. They're all exhibiting the same fucking behavior. I mean, that's horseshit. It's not fair. What'd you get, low flying potato? Which power rail, Clinton? Gotta be specific. That's like when someone says, you know, I think the problem is a component. Yeah, PP3V3 underscore G3 hot. We have our PP bus. Ian, you gotta be specific. Which line? Could it be a short? Is it a component? Is it power? Like, I'm going to call you a word here that I usually don't call people because it's kind of probably a little bit uncalled for. It's a bit of a slur. But what you're doing right now is you're being a customer. The problem is easy. I know it's easy. It's just the component. Okay, which component? I don't know. You want to pay me to fix it? No. Yeah. I know. I know, Brian. That was a bit inappropriate of me, and I understand. Sometimes I'm a little too harsh as a disciplinarian, and perhaps it's inappropriate. But it had to be said. PP5E is what you get after you get 20 volts here. We need 20 volts first. Let's just get rid of these two caps that were corroded earlier. Get the fuck out of here. Those go to ground on the CC2 data line. I don't know what you mean by spitting, David, but you're not sharing droplets with me, and I'm not sharing droplets with you. So you cut that out. Not a bad idea, Gregsters. It's hard to get paste in the individual tiny holes. Interesting. You see how the solder on the bypass cap on the Hall sensor has little solder balls on it? Very interesting. Means that at some point that got roasted. Better call Saul. Better call someone, because the enemy right here. What do I do? I saw corrosion on the cap on top of the glass-like chip on the other side. Glass-like chip. This is a glass-like chip, but that's a fuse. And there's no corrosion here. Maybe here you meant? Glass-like chip, no corrosion around it. Glass-like chip, no corrosion around it. Glass-like chip, no corrosion around it. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. $20, $19, or $18 Zoros. What the hell? I really don't want to waste 4 CD3215s on this board because it doesn't show me a sign of one being bad. Every CD3215 having the exact same behavior of turning on 250 milliamps static, no boot looping, leads me to believe that this is not something that I'm going to be able to fix by simply replacing one bad chip. Time to consult with Mr. Paul S. Can you change only one 3250? It's 3215, and it doesn't make sense. Which one would you change first if they're all experiencing the exact same behavior? If they all experience the same behavior, it's probably not one chip. Hello, Paul.
Hello.
If every port is 5 volts, 250 milliamps, no looping, where look? The only thing that were corroded are those little 10K resistors near those transistors for USB CCC2, whatever.
You have 3v3?
Yep, and an LDO output on every one. Every port gives 250 milliamps and no looping.
20 volts?
5 volts.
5 volts.
5 volts. Need 20.
Did you ask Please Bro?
I forgot about Please Bro, because Please Bro disconnects my internet.
We could ask Please Bro over here. It doesn't disconnect my internet.
Can I see?
Please Bro over there, though.
Where Please Bro?
With them.
Bro, please? Do you have Please Bro camera? Oh, thank you. Bring right back. Here's Please Bro camera. I'm guessing by you wanting to go for this that you have no idea what this is at.
What, 21, whatever the fuck?
Hey. That's the sound of the camera sending all the data on my network to China.
Possibly.
What is all that stuff in that little cup?
Anel's old vapes.
Oh.
I want to harvest the batteries from them.
How many vapes do you think old vapes do you think would take to make an e-bike battery?
Did you see the size of them? They're these little itty bitty fucking things.
10,000 of them will make me go 50 miles an hour. I'm so jealous of how anti-allies yours is. Wait, it just boot looped. Oh, never mind. That was you turning the board over. Now it's taking 0. There we go. 200.
Yeah, it's just loose.
Is it loose or is that boot loop? Because that would tell me which CD3215 I have to replace. No, it's just loose. I wish.
What's PP bus?
12.24. I know, it's bullshit.
Is this DFU?
DFU is 60 milliamps. Unless there's a new problem where DFU is 250 milliamps. Every DFU one has been 60 or 62 milliamps.
These T2 ones, they drive me nuts.
T2. That's
What's the wire?
PP bus. The pad for PP bus to that resistor was gone. I was thinking if those two sides, well, each side had a corroded 10K resistor on the one for PP bus G3 hot. Every one, which is strange.
It might also be the each CD3215 has a firmware chip. It might be one of them bad, but I don't know how to troubleshoot that. Chris knows that one.
Well, if one side is boot looping and the other side isn't, but none of them boot loop. Nothing gets warm either. What a troll.
T2 gets warm as if it was just starting up normal anyway.
It's not fair.
Chris might know.
Chris is the new Paul.
Yes, for these T2 things. I haven't wrapped my head around them yet. There's too much software with it. I don't understand the software shit with the hardware.
Like what?
The way that software needs to communicate before it turns anything else on. Like there needs to be data between things before things turn on. I guess I haven't stared at it enough. I haven't looked at that chart enough.
So lame.
Certain things need to say hi before other things will turn on.
That's so lame. Alright.
Nie, ładuje się i w pewnym momencie się zawiesza, wiesz? Aha. Więc myślę...
Thanks. This is where we call it a rage quit, my friends. Dead, Ebenezer McCoy. It's dead. What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you? I see you! You're corroded! And no one on stream pointed you out! Alas, that is a fucking resistor going to ground. A pull down resistor for a useless chip that no one cares for! Son of a bitch. Oh, it means there's still corroded shit. Well, I got nothing else to go on. No shit, Twitchzilla. No shit. No shit. That's called me turning down the light in my microscope camera so I don't kill the bulbing. NG is as useless as an Apple warranty. It's sad. I'm replacing this out of desperation, even though I know this is not going to fix my problem. I'm not wasting 60 or 70 bucks on CD3215s when I have no reason to believe that any individual CD3215 is the problem. And the fact that every single one of them displays this behavior, where it does none of them boot loop.
The biggest problem we've been having with these is the T2 RAM going bad.
T2 RAM.
Yeah. So that is on
I found the corroded resistor, but it's not going to be a problem.
PMIC 1, 2, and 3. These across the bottom here. You have to have more than 1K resistance to ground on all of them. If you have anything less, then the T2 RAM is dead.
How do you fix T2 RAM?
Chris just did one today on the Zalmo.
Seriously?
Yeah.
He's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
T2 RAM
I
replace?
don't know if he fixed it. I don't know if it actually worked.
What is T2 RAM? Where is it?
It's like the iPhone chip where it's on top of the chip. 14K. 44 ohms. T2 RAM is dead. 44 ohms. Yep, that's your problem.
T2 RAM?
This T2 chip's a little fucking sissy. It dies for everything.
So, which chip is the T2 RAM? I'm replacing this resistor to make myself happy, even though I know it's useless. We're hanging about trackball, so I decided to get the same model, and I agree it's pretty awful. Jans, that's reverse influencing right there. I tell you something's a piece of shit, so you spend money on it anyway? It's T2 RAM. Well, there you have it, folks. My T2 RAM is dead. Fuck this board. That doesn't make any sense, though. The edge gets corroded, so T2 RAM dies. Yeah, no change here. Wait a second. All the probe points around this are red. Son of a... It's time to call this board dead. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I suck.